what I think the world's gonna be like in 20 years?
The world's gonna be just fine. I don't know about us.
In 10 to 20 years, I think
I'm gonna be 30 to 40 years old.
10 to 20 years from now, the future, I hope it's a lot better. I have a 6-year-old son.
The recession might be over at that point.
Just like a fish, if you take him on the land, you could give all kinds of comfortable arrangements, but the fish will always suffer because it's out of his element.
I think all people said negative things, so I want to say something positive.
Let's keep on doing what I'm doing now. Taking it easy.
About the future, you mean?
Let me think for a while. I just really have no idea right now.
Movies depict the future is going to be, that's what's going to happen. So every movie with like a dictator, every movie with like a problem or issue going on where people are isolated from a lot of stuff, they don't got no homes. Like,
Word.
I feel that's what New York City in general is going to be like, just wasteland.
What's the world gonna look like for us? That's hard to say.
Every 10 or 20 years, it looks like it's more and more precarious, and I think we have to really learn to, I guess, preserve things, if not for ourselves, and for our children.
What can humanity do to recreate, you know, our existence and what we're doing in the world?
They'd be so intense and boring.
I know.
Like, style, human, nature,
for all.
future,
Every color. For all.
computing is going to make leaps and bounds as far as like raw computation goes.
The technology will be really like developed.
I think there's going to be a lot more technological advances, and they're going to do more things with computers.
I think it will go back to the roots. Can I say that? Yeah. It's getting faster, and then no one is able to work anymore.
No
it's just too much information for everyone, and all people are getting too stressed.
Yeah.
And after that, I think perhaps in 10 years it's like that, too fast, and in perhaps 20 years it's gonna be way slower.
People like start realizing what's important.
We cannot be satisfied with artificially identifying with that which we are not, namely our material bodies and minds.
We're going to see new user interfaces come forth where hardware is going to become more intrinsically linked with biology.
What's in our heads, what's in our hearts, and what's in our DNA. You know, that's what's going to save us.
We don't have to like worry about the water or like energy, lack of energy source. I don't know. And then pollution, maybe, I don't know.
What I would like to see is a rise in open source software and hardware initiatives. I mean, more and more people are going to be gravitating towards online platforms, mobile technologies.
Music is like, it's your heart, it's your soul, so like you need something that like touches you and like sticks, you know what I mean? So like I feel like that has to change. Like there can't be so many fast-paced artists that like become big so quickly but don't really do anything good. Like I feel like that's gonna change. I hope so.
Yeah.
We're gonna use like different source of energy, about like from the sun or something.
But you know, things are different. Like how like 6-year-olds have like cell phones and stuff.
Yeah, but that's because shit's cheap as fuck. Phones are getting so much cheaper. I can't think of anything that's gonna be great. Probably there's probably gonna be iPad.
Yes, what's
TVs.
gonna be different?
There's probably gonna be iPad TVs.
We don't belong in the material world. So as long as we identify with our physical body and mind, we'll undergo various kinds of anxiety.
Yeah.
These iPads,
they were huge. And you had to hold them.
We're going to have kind of a new social platform, social dynamic intertwined in our daily physical lives through the integration of this technology.
Technology didn't really get us in this mess. It's us that got us in the mess, and if we're going to get out of it, it's going to be us.
I mean, honestly, I think 10 to 20 years is not a lot of time in the scope of, I think, history. I look back 10, 20 years ago, and I think, well, yes, the computer, the iPhone, but aside from technological milestones, I think life really hasn't changed that much. I guess I hope it will in the next 10 to 20 years would change, not just technology, but I think also I hope that humanity progresses a bit as far as consideration for others and things that are important to us.
Just like what I'm doing now, you know, hanging out, drinking red wine, looking for women, that sort of thing. You know?
I think that the relevance of American money is going to be like pointless in 20 years unless America like uses the military as its like backbone. I feel like America's money is going to be cheaper than like a third world country's money in 20 years, and we're going to need to thrive off of other countries.
You know, I think things are going to get worse before they get better, and I hope they get better. But it's just faith, you know. It's just, you know, I don't have a lot of faith, but I have faith in us, and I hope we'll make it.
I'll probably be doing something great.
It all depends on what actions we take as a society. If the society takes actions like they are now, where they're striking and they're trying to do stuff to change the economy and do different stuff, make things worth more, it'll be better. You know, it won't be like that. It'll be like the way we are now. But if we don't take action and we just sit here and watch the country go down, the country's going to go down. OD, we're going to be broke as hell.
With limited access to food and fresh potable water, society really starts to have challenges. And we've enjoyed a great life here in the United States. And the rest of the world, you know, has gone through a lot of challenges, you know. And no, we don't, just apples. Just apples, nothing tropical. It's all local.
People just walking around just screaming, and they don't get no media, nothing. And for something like that to happen and the media is still not on it, you know that there's going to be a big separation between the rich and the poor.
I don't know that we can be saved. I think we've tilted the balance way too far.
Understand more about where we are, who we are as a species.
We're non-physical entities who falsely identify with physical bodies.
But, you know, you never know. You never know what we could do when push comes to shove. So I have great faith and hope, but I don't see, you know, necessarily the evidence right now that things are going to be good.
Obviously, it's always that worry. From a parent perspective, you're always worried about, you know, what's it going to be like for your children.
Probably people will be doing the same shit that we're doing right now. Like cereal probably won't go out of style.